channel.
Today we are doing a mukbang.
Yes. We've been talking about this for forever.
Yeah. So as we mentioned in our 2020 goals video.
Yeah, if you haven't seen that, right here, click that.
Yeah. We are in South Texas, and I would always talk to Tony about how there's so many hot Cheeto stuff here. I grew up eating hot Cheetos every day, and like all sorts of like Takis and Lucas and all this delicious spicy stuff.
Yeah.
And I would tell him about it because when we lived up north in Virginia for 2 years, I could never find hot Cheetos, one, in most stores for some reason, and two, like any sort of variety of hot Cheeto stuff, I couldn't find it. And I would tell you, right, like, where's the hot Cheeto stuff?
Yeah.
And he didn't know what I was talking about until yesterday we went to the Michoacan, which is like a Mexican grocery store and meat market, and we passed the chip section and we stopped and we're like, whoa.
Damn.
Like then he really saw the variety of all the flaming hot Cheeto snacks. But like the best part about it is that they're the small personal sizes. Like, what? I've never seen these before. We were going to go get some meat and this caught my eye. So I think we're gonna do a hot Cheeto taste test. We got these, Flamin' Hot with Limon Doritos.
Have you guys seen this one?
We got some Funyuns. Oh, yeah, the Smart Food White Cheddar Flaming Hot. Those look interesting too. And some Flaming Hot popcorn. I've never seen it in this kind of bag before. And what really caught my eye, I had never seen these before. The Flaming Hot Doritos with limon.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've had the regular hot Cheetos with lime, but I had never seen the Doritos with it, so I'm really curious about that.
Yeah.
And so yesterday we decided to take the plunge, and we bought all these hot Cheetos, and also because when we would see hot Cheeto stuff, they were just the large bags.
The party size ones.
Party size, and we were thinking like, wow, we want to make a video like getting...
This is like way too much.
It's too much. It's too much. So this is the first time we saw a large variety of
like
the personal size Cheetos stuff.
So what options do we have?
Yeah, okay. So we have two different kinds of popcorns.
This right here.
We have the Smart Foods cheddar with the flaming hot flavor.
That's banging.
Yeah. So we have tried this before. And then we have the just flaming hot popcorn. So I'm really curious to see what the difference is between these two because they're both popcorn. So then we have some flaming hot limon Cheeto chips. And we have some Fritos and Funyuns. So I'm really curious to see what you think is the best for you.
Asian boy tries flaming hot.
I think he's gonna like the Funyuns one.
I think I've had those before.
A long time ago. I don't think
It's been a while, but I don't remember what they taste like. We decided to skip out on the original Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Those are more like...
Because they're basic.
Yeah, they're basic.
But we've had them several times before. We're gonna be hella Asian and use chopsticks.
I've never thought to use chopsticks. Well, first off, I didn't grow up with chopsticks.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
Just kidding, I did.
I didn't grow up with chopsticks, so I would get the dreaded, what I call hot Cheeto fingers. They're the worst because growing up, every kid had hot Cheeto fingers. Everyone was always eating hot Cheetos, and you could just see like 3 red fingers on every kid's hand. So
it's like Mexican henna.
So using chopsticks is so much better and cleaner.
Yeah.
Just reach into the bag and you eat it. I'm gonna try this first. First impression.
Oh, it looks like the Smart one.
It does look like the Smart one.
It doesn't smell spicy though.
Yeah. So let's try this together.
Ooh,
all right.
You first.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't smell like anything.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh yeah. Wow.
Oh, that's good.
That is so good. This is what I thought the Smart Food was gonna taste like.
Yeah, this one is, it has like a little pop. You hear that? You can hear the crunch. and then it has this like buttery, savory flavor to start off with, and then it gets a little spicy.
Yeah.
But it has a little kick to it. I think the Smart Food one has more of a kick. Maybe I just need more.
Oh yeah, that's good. Because these taste lighter. They taste lighter than regular hot Cheetos. Like regular hot Cheetos are very heavy, but this feels light.
Yeah, take these to the movies.
Yes, this is
these
the
to the
truth. Wow.
All right, let's do a side by side. All right. So this is the Smart Food, and it has a white cheddar flavor to it.
Well, because the Smart Food is originally white cheddar, and then it has the flaming hot seasoning.
So in terms of looks, they both look the same.
Yeah. So I'm holding the regular Cheetos. So you can see. Well,
yours is a little more covered.
You can see that this one is more red.
Yeah.
And yours is less red.
This is more cheesy.
These are spicier. They have more of a kick, which is very interesting because it has another flavor with the cheddar. I was telling Tony in South Texas at the movie theater, I think this might be a Texas thing. Hey. I think this might be a Texas thing in general. That you go to the movie theaters and you get a big pickle with your popcorn.
Oh yeah, and don't they put melted cheese on it?
Melted cheese?
Yeah, on Flaming Hot Cheetos.
Yes, and we also put nacho cheese on our hot Cheeto, or a lot of chips actually. I thought that was just an American thing, like where you have to get a pickle with popcorn, or where you get your popcorn, regular popcorn, and you put like tapatio or Louisiana hot sauce on the, because we were watching a movie and I made popcorn. I was like, "Oh, do you want some Louisiana hot sauce on it?" And he's like, "No." And I'm like, "You don't eat it like that?" He's like,
"It just makes it soggy."
Yeah, and then I realized you guys don't do that in Washington. And
there are a lot of unique things
in South Texas,
cultural nuances and experiences here that are not found anywhere else in the world. But that could also be said wherever you are. Exactly. But if you've ever had a pickle with your popcorn,
it is really
let us
good.
know. Like, where else do they do that? Let's try the corn chips. I've never been a fan of corn chips. They're just
too basic.
They're just basic ass chips.
This is a very full bag. Like, as you can see.
Full of air.
No, like the air starts up here, but this is a packed bag, which I'm impressed with.
You ever heard of opening up upside down?
No.
Because it usually sits up. It sits upright on a shelf. So one trick that someone taught me was to open it upside down because all the flavor is now on this side.
Here is the Fritos, the flaming hot Fritos.
Oh, the doubles are the best because that's like super crunchy. Look what I got.
Whoa, you got cluster.
Bro, I got a sea snail. I got a snail.
Okay, let's try it.
Oh, cheers.
I can't taste it. That just tastes like regular Fritos.
Bro, this is a knockoff.
What?
It's just red Fritos.
It's just red. It doesn't taste like it has any flaming hot flavor on it.
They got me messed up. Looks flaming hot, but it tastes just like a regular Frito. It's a trick. Next up, let's try the Funyuns. Open them upside down.
Okay. The upside down, like in Stranger Things.
Like
I actually really like Funyuns. So when it comes to the potency of the flaming hot, so far the popcorn is the most potent with the flavor. This one is medium.
I can't even taste it.
You can't taste it?
Maybe I need to wash my mouth first. It just tastes salty.
I like that. Here, try another one. Try another one. Yeah. You just kind of have to have a little more, and it starts building up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's starting to build up.
It's better than Fritos.
Definitely better than Fritos.
All right.
This is one I'm very excited about. Now I'm worried that it's not going to taste like flaming hot. Ooh wee! Those are red and fragrant.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa. I don't remember the last time I had Doritos. I used to love Doritos, the regular cheddar ones, the red bag.
Nacho cheese.
Yeah, nacho.
I used to like the jalapeno one.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Yours is red.
Look at how red that is, yo. Oh.
Cheers.
Okay.
The
That's
lime
good.
creeps up.
No, I tasted the lime from the very beginning.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
The lime slowly built up for me.
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of a Taki.
Yeah, it does taste like
Because
Takis.
Taki has its
The lime flavor.
the lime flavor. But this is just a thinner version of it. Or like an unfolded Taki.
A flat Taki. That is exactly what this tastes like. It tastes like Takis.
It's not spicy. I mean, you can taste a little bit of the smokiness.
These do not disappoint. This is my first time trying these, and they don't disappoint. My favorite is the popcorn.
Which one?
The regular flaming hot popcorn.
Mine's the Smart Food popcorn.
Is it because it's spicier?
It's spicier and there's more depth in the flavor. It's a little creamier. It doesn't taste as salty as the other chips here. So as you're eating the Funyuns and the Fritos and the Doritos, you can taste a lot of the salt in it, but the popcorn is a little more balanced. Last video that we published, we talked about what our travel plans are for this year and some of our goals. The first place that we are setting off to is going to be Colombia. We leave in a couple weeks.
Like 2 weeks. Like less than 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah, less than 2 weeks.
Less than 2 weeks.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so we want to talk a little about why we chose to go to Colombia. Specifically, we're going to Medellin.
Yeah.
Yeah, so why do you want to go?
I want to go to Colombia because of the culture, the music, the weather. The weather is pretty moderate there. I think it stays between like 70 and 80 throughout the entire year.
I want to go because I do speak some Spanish. I grew up in South Texas and I would like to improve my Spanish speaking skills. I'm really good reading it and writing it, but when it comes to having a conversation, I get a little embarrassed. So I want to improve my speaking abilities.
Me too.
Yeah.
Because when we have kids, it's likely that they'll speak Spanish, and it's helpful if both parents do.
It could be helpful. Tony had mentioned music. I love like Latin music. I love like Latin rock, and I love like reggaeton too. I really love like Maluma, Shakira, J Balvin. I like some other Latin American artists. I've been obsessed with a band called Rawayana.
Yeah.
They're so good. I love another Latin band called Los Amigos Invisibles. So I'm hoping when we're in Medellin that some of these artists, hopefully they travel through Latin America and give concerts. So that would be so neat if we could catch some live music of that style. Like
Yeah.
that.
Another reason why I'd like to go to Medellin is because there are a lot of nearby attractions and towns and villages that we can visit. So if you hop in a car or a bus or a train, 2 hours you can get to a small town where you can, we can have weekend getaways and explore different parts of Colombian culture.
Another reason we want to go to Medellin is because the cost of living is low. We already booked our Airbnb. We'll leave our link down below. If you haven't signed up for Airbnb yet, you will get some money using our link. I think about $30 or $40.
I think it's $50.
It's $50. You just have to click on that link below to find out. So going back to cost of living, we've already booked our first month and we're staying in a neighborhood called Laureles, which is a college area, and we're curious to stay there because we kind of wanted like there's still a lot of expats who live there, but not as much as another part of the city. So we want to kind of have like a more localish feel, practice our Spanish. And we figured that if we're near a university, that there might be some dining options that are cheaper.
Yeah.
Usually places around universities cater to university student budgets, I think. I don't know, that's my...
Typically.
Yeah, typically. So we're curious to see about that.
In general, Medellin is an up-and-coming city, and a lot of people like to travel there because of the amenities and activities that it offers, in addition to the affordable travel.
We still have some things to do this month. We've just been like buying last-minute things that we might need. We're probably going to start packing the week of, just because we're packing experts. Actually, he's a packing expert.
I'm a packing expert.
He's so good. So we're probably going to make our packing video where you will see Tony do his packing mastery skills, because I thought I was good, but he packs my stuff too. It's like
she just has a bunch of stuff.
It's like Tetris. It's like Tetris. So we'll do a video of how we pack for long-term travel. Look for that in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Some of our bills we had to take care of. Like we had to cancel our car insurance.
Oh yeah.
We had to cancel our phone plan. We had to set up our car in a way that's good for storage.
Long-term storage, yeah.
Because what we did this last year that we were gone, we left our car in my parents' backyard, but we didn't know that you need to disconnect the battery from the car. Because what happened was when we came back, we thought there was something wrong. You thought there was something wrong with the starter, but actually it was just the battery. And they told us that because we had it connected, even though it was off for a year, it's the battery is still being drained from the car. Yep. Because it's plugged into it.
Yep. So we ended up having to buy a new battery.
Yeah.
And the car has been working perfect.
It was
since.
So in order to not have to buy a new battery when we come back, we have to figure out a way to
we're gonna uninstall it.
Uninstall it,
and then we'll
just leave
put
it.
the car into storage, which is pretty much just covering it with the tarp or a car cover and leaving it in her parents' backyard.
Yeah.
We do have a list of tips on our website. I think we have 2 blog posts sharing tips and insights for preparing and what to do when you are planning a long-term travel trip. So do check that out. We'll put links in the description for you.
Yes. So we're very excited to go to Medellin, but that doesn't come with some concerns. I have been experiencing a little bit of anxiety because I've been researching general information, and some things I have been seeing popping up is crime rates in Medellin. I've also joined some Facebook groups, like expats who live in Medellin, and that comes up periodically, and it's just starting to kind of make me feel anxious, freaking me out a little bit because of like petty crime, theft, like slight like violent crimes, and just thinking about it makes me a little scared, to be honest.
I'm not scared. I'm moving forward with caution. I think a good rule of thumb wherever you are in the world is to not go looking for trouble or involving yourself in activity that could be illegal. Like drugs and prostitution, things like that. So if you don't do any of those things, then I think there's less of a risk for you.
Yeah, you cut your chance of something
and
happening.
Obviously, like try not to go into dangerous places. Do your due diligence wherever you go, as a general rule of thumb.
Yeah, so we're definitely going to be more hyper aware than I think we're used to, just because of what we've been reading about the city. We're always vigilant when we're traveling, but compared to parts of Asia that we've been to where we felt totally safe, I am curious to see how we'll feel once we're there. We do have some friends who went who also felt the same way I did, and then once they were there, their experience was totally different from what they read. So that's a lesson to learn. Take everything you read online with a grain of salt. I'm definitely the more anxious one in this relationship. I read things online and I take it so to heart, and I start freaking out.
She couldn't sleep one night because she was reading about some issue.
So
this stuff happens everywhere in the world. I mean, as long as you don't go looking for trouble, as long as you don't cause trouble yourself, you should be fine.
Another concern we have, recently Uber announced that they're leaving Colombia totally.
Yeah, at the end of January.
No, like literally on the day we arrived, February 1st, they're pulling out of Colombia. And I'm so bummed about that. I think there's some other rideshare apps that you can use, but when we've traveled, I don't like taking taxis. Haven't had that good experience because they don't use the meter, they try to scam you, or they try to, you know, that you're at their mercy. But I feel like when you have like an app, there's like a big brother watching you.
System of accountability.
Yeah, exactly.
Rideshare apps like Uber and Lyft are great because there is a system of accountability, but sometimes people take advantage of that system, and you could be put in a situation that is dangerous or risky. So do stay aware of your surroundings at all times.
So those were our two concerns about living there.
Yeah.
A little minor one. I'm concerned about the food. Apparently the food is not that good.
I mean, that's subjective. Every time we go to a new country, I will go onto YouTube or find blogs about the food, what's recommended to eat, and I didn't find too many for Colombian food, and it's a little disheartening, but we're still very open, and we're excited to be visiting the country. I think there are plenty of options for us to explore. I had a friend who recently was in Medellin, Colombia, as well as Bogota, and when he was there, there were some protests. So political instability is
concerning.
Is a concern. I think it's starting to stabilize, but in Latin and Central America, things can change quite rapidly.
Yes, it's very dynamic.
It's a very volatile continent. You know, we're monitoring the news as much as possible, and we are in and out of expat groups on Facebook.
To sort of monitor.
Yeah. So that's a tip. If you are traveling anywhere and want to gauge the sentiment and
like the general environment for an expat.
Yeah.
Because like no matter what, we're never going to be locals. You know, we're never going to get into like that fabric of that country's society. So we will just have like just that expat perspective.
Yeah, it's very surface level.
It will be.
But it's quite
especially
helpful.
Since we'll be there for a little under 3 months, the most that we'll look for just to see if there's any like general national concerns, like don't go to this area because there's, you know, potential threat. Like that's pretty much what we look for, and which is, you know, it's really important. But just so you know, like you'll always just kind of be an expat.
Yeah.
Or a visitor. If you've been there, you know, we would love to hear your insight, your experiences, good or bad. We're very curious to see how other people have, you know, experienced that city. So let us know. So that is it for today's video. We hope you enjoyed us eating and trying these flaming hot snacks. If you're watching this video, you're probably not subscribed. So do us a favor and subscribe now. Right now. Our goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers in 2020. Please help us reach that goal, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Peace.